for today. What is the best treatment for lupus? Well, we're not all the same, so I'm going to give a couple of the top ways to control chronic inflammation. And lupus is a chronic inflammatory disease, so if you can control that, you'll be able to control the other cascading symptoms. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. It's so great to see you, and I'm happy that you're back. If this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you never miss out on any Lupus Life Hacks tips. First, I always recommend to take a standard baseline drug from a conventional medicine doctor. And a conventional medicine doctor is someone that you're most likely seeing now who's covered by insurance, and they offer two options because they practice emergency-based medicine. So they either are going to offer a pill to manage your symptoms or a procedure to manage your symptoms. I do highly recommend taking either Pycnogenol, which is an anti-malarial drug, or something similar that helps control the inflammation as well as prevent organ involvement. If you feel like these medications are not working, trust me, they are working. Do not stop taking your medication. I know it gets frustrating. I thought at one point that the Pycnogenol wasn't working for me. It may not have been enough at the time, but it was working because whenever I missed a dose, I went right downhill and to the most painful symptoms of my life. So it is working, it's just not working to the level that we want it to. But either way, it's going to prevent organ involvement, and that is key. Phenomenal treatment for lupus is quality CBD products. Now I go into more detail in two different videos. What is CBD and why doesn't CBD work for me? I have a link above to those videos if you want to check it out. But for right now, I'm just going to quickly go over what CBD is and how it helps. CBD is a cannabinoid of the marijuana plant. So what that means is there are tons of different compounds, like thousands of different compounds that have different qualities that will help us. And the best part about CBD is that there are no side effects and it works so well. You just have to find the right dose and the right type for you. So it does take a little bit of experimenting, but I promise you the results are worth it. To ensure that you find a good CBD product, it's important to go to a qualified company. So if you're shopping for CBD at your local convenience store or at some random pop-up store, I don't recommend buying any from there because they're not well versed in the products, and companies can sell olive oil to us and call it CBD if there's like 10% CBD in it. So you can see why it wouldn't work, and you'll get frustrated because it's expensive. I also recommend staying away from multi-level marketing companies. This is where someone's selling a product that wants to create a team member, like teams of people where they can work together to sell more of the product. Stay away from those, not good quality. So what does CBD do for you? Well, CBD specifically and CBN are cannabinoids. These control inflammation, and that they actually prevent it if you take it daily, and they help minimize stress and inflammation, the redness, and anything that's going on or inside your body. It has been such a lifesaver for me. I take this along with a few other things that I'm going to share, and it has been life-changing. Another combination approach. So another tip, low dose naltrexone. This is a life-changing experience. This medication is an off-label use drug, and there are only 3 side effects, and they're minor side effects. First, it can cause insomnia, and if that happens, it's usually temporary, but in case that it's not, you can always take it in the afternoon instead of at night, and that will stop the insomnia symptom. The second symptom is stomach pain. So basically the symptom of lupus, but not as bad. The third symptom is vivid dreams. Like so vivid, it's similar to that movie Inception, where you're within a dream of a dream of a dream. Does that make sense? That's happened to me. It's so crazy. I've like woken up 3 times and I was still sleeping, and then I woke up to my next dream, and then I finally came out of it and I woke up and I was like mind blown. So if that happens and you like it, good for you. If you don't like it, I do recommend taking it in the afternoon again. In order to control the stomach pain which is the symptom, I would suggest doing the CBD with it, and that way it'll help prevent it and calm the inflammation or any pain that may occur. Like what you see so far, subscribe and click on the bell so you don't miss out next week on our new video. Now back to the topic of the week. Another treatment for lupus that I am obsessed with are a couple of supplements that I take daily. These help manage my symptoms, like I said, a combination approach is best. One of the best ones that I rely on is collagen peptides. Collagen is necessary for your body. It's needed for your skin, your brain, your joints, and most of all, it's affordable and it tastes good. And this is non-GMO. It's called Sparkle Collagen Peptides, and I have a link below. One of my top supplements that I take daily as well is Pycnogenol. This is a supplement that controls chronic inflammation. In fact, there's so many research studies on it showing how it decreases inflammatory markers, and there are studies of people with lupus who have done it too. So I love it. I take it daily. I do lower my dose if I'm taking CBD, because CBD is a great inflammatory, like I mentioned earlier. But I always keep it in my system. It's helping multiple things. We do have a link below that as well, and it is on sale, so take advantage of that. Lastly, we are always deficient in vitamins and minerals. Something that we go through, we have a hard time processing these. So what I take is vitamin D3 specifically, because that's the bioavailable form. Vitamin D2 is the common one that your doctor probably prescribes, and insurance will cover directly through prescription. But that's the reason why you're not feeling better, and that's the reason why your vitamin levels are low anyways, even though you take so much of it. It's because it's not being absorbed into your body. It's not the bioavailable form. I take 10,000 every day. When my vitamin D levels get to 65, 70. But generally speaking, if your levels are between 60 and 90, you're in optimal range. And optimal range means vitamin D is supporting your immune system, it's protecting your joints, and it's giving you everything you need to function better. There'll be a link below for that. A plus of this is that there's so many pills in there, it's going to last you like months, and it's only like, I think, $10. Lastly, methylated B vitamins. A lot of us have methylation issues. So it's important to take a vitamin B complex that's methylated. That means there's a mixture of vitamins, and it makes it so that's absorbable into your body and that it's used correctly. Sometimes when we take vitamins, they're not used properly, and we either pee it out or we take too much of it and it's stored in our fat. Lastly, my biggest tip is diet change. Gluten is not the same gluten that we had 50 years ago, or the ones that our ancestors had. Gluten is a man-made protein. It's now made in the lab, so our body can't recognize it. Gluten, the protein, is actually similar to our thyroid, and a lot of times people with lupus have thyroid problems that is undiagnosed, or it's diagnosed but it's not really taken serious yet until the blood work is so bad. So our body is eating the gluten, and then it's attacking our body and our thyroid and our stomach and everything in between. Because once you trigger the immune system, our body gets confused, remember? So it's going to start attacking all different parts of our body while still trying to just get that gluten. Along with avoiding gluten, I would say avoid dairy. Dairy has a lot of hormones and antibiotics. Lupus is a hormone and chronic inflammatory-based disease. So that means that our hormones are fluctuating all the time. It's our sex hormones, our adrenal glands, and everything else in between. So by avoiding dairy, you're going to prevent triggering flare-ups. Another diet change that I do highly suggest is the paleo diet, or anything plant-based that involves eating a lot of fresh plants, minimizing carbs, minimizing sugars, and any processed foods. So if it's hard for you to stay on that, I do recommend drinking smoothies, green-based smoothies. I do recommend making crock pot meals, and even eating frozen organic vegetables It's an easy, quick fix, and it's gonna make your body have the fuel it needs to run properly. That's it, everyone. Those are my tips for living proactive and to help prevent symptoms. Did you find this video great or interesting? If so, please share it on social media. That way you'll be helping someone who's silently suffering. Subs if you loved it, thumbs if you liked it, and don't forget to click on the bell so that you get a notification of our weekly video release.